It's one step above MS Paints. And I mean just the one step.
Well, here we go. Off to the races for the pistol round for the beginning of this series on Dust2. And we saw the troubles both on this stream today and yesterday of the CT side of this map. It's very challenging, but that's where Liquid are going to be starting off. And it's going to be Naf who will get first contact.
Trying to create some space for himself then, and that smoke can't come fast enough with Molly's being thrown in his direction. He will get popped. Jota putting in great work thus far. Nekkers will make it a 3v3 as he falls to the floor. Nerds takes one in the face, but he's still standing for the time being. Needs to show presence as Elige comes in round the back. Now it's about the frags. Win by elimination because that bomb plant won't be coming anytime soon. Unless there's bonus money for Phelps. He's got much more to do. How is he still alive? 2 to go, hunting for that reload, but he's got to be careful himself and he just can't make that fatal connection. High energy, straight out of the gates here on Dust2. I love an explosive pistol round.
You don't think that Liquid will have an easy time here?
An easy time?
Easy.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think an easy time should exist at this level. I think it's for sure an uphill struggle for Gaimin Gladiators, but we have plenty of experience on this roster. No one keeping an eye on that mid position, and Liquid are setting the bar early. Taking liberties immediately. Respect must be earned, say Liquid. I mean, this round they'll have an easy time for obvious reasons. But I want to see a competitive series. I come into this with no expectations, Dan.
Well, that's always good. Especially at the start here. You know, both of these teams not having an enormous amount of maps played in the last three months. And the thing is for Gaimin Gladiators as well is that they have had, in comparison to Liquid, much easier opponents overall to, you know, that they've played. And, you know, most of the opponents that are going to be in the South American region, mostly Brazilian teams, almost exclusively, in fact, until this competition. So they're going to be up against a different class of opponent here against Liquid. They also previously played G2 recently, of course. The Gaimin Gladiators, that is. So really testing themselves at this point and what they're able to do. So they are discovering it as we are.
I wonder what Henny's bunny hopping is like with the recent changes that we've seen to the game. Perhaps we'll see some later. It's a nice opening from Nekkers. Some heavy damage taken. Got to be careful because there's more util. Well, just in the hands of Naf now, really. But they're still posturing in that mid position. Oh dear. With a team kill, no less. But they keep the man advantage. There's some information, though, for Liquid, who posture a bit closer to that mid position. But there is an inquest towards B from Lucan and Phelps.
Ooh. Well, this is going really well so far for the Gaimin Gladiators. See what else they are able to do in the rounds to follow as Jota takes down Naf. So really not too much being carried forwards into the next round.
It's nice to get on the scoreboard early.
Said it would be easy, James.
Sometimes it can take a while, but you know, this is fairly solid. See if there are some toys to collect. Some may have a preference to the M4 over the Galil, despite the increased armor penetration. Yeah, so far so good. This is the pick of Gaimin Gladiators. They've got a good amount of games won in the maps they've played of this recently. 67% on Dust2. So let's see what these boys have to offer Liquid. Certainly an underdog in this series. Henny and Luke and the recent additions to the squad. Wow. That would make a good card. I mean, Alicia's just a meme machine. So for sure, you could make like a birthday card and sell that at events. Give them a card. That's the kind of, that's the kind of merch that really sells. People buy that and give it to like their grandma or something. They just wouldn't understand. But I bet that would happen if they actually made that. I'm a marketing genius.
Marketeer. Like a musketeer, but less deadly.
Hopefully not deadly. Pretty solid default coming through from Gaimin Gladiators. It's about how they vary things in the mid to late round. Again, how you get that third player to reposition in the wrong direction. The lack of respect, though, shown by Ultimate, walking through the smoke with the AWP. Really crucial info. That is a problem for Gaimin Gladiators. Now, if their intentions are towards A, perhaps things get more urgent, but Liquid will drop them, falling like flies they are. Not really getting close to Terra Firma on that A bomb site, but it is a 2-on-3. The trades will continue, and now Henny's in the clutch. He's got some smokes, he's got some cover. The AWP is lurking. Naf is rotating over. Position unknown for the time being. Henny being real careful about his angles. Going for the body! Oh, he shot the body! He was already on the floor, and that was the clue that Ultimate needed for the no-scope. Very unfortunate. I think he was in a really good position to eventually get that frag. On this occasion, though, it wasn't to be.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll get to see all 3 kills from Ultimate. I think the second one in particular, I think it was a kill through the smoke. I don't know if he jumped or... Because he was in catwalk, I think. Okay, no, I thought he was like on the boost or something and just jumped and no-scoped it. But no, that was a great performance there from him. Really saving Liquid. 3-1. Still good opportunity to put the pressure onto Liquid's economy, but a lower dark aggression is the play here for Liquid. And it is dealt with fairly... reasonably. A trade is pretty good considering that 1 kill came also towards the B dark position. Responsible stuff from Luke and just looking for that push there as well. And now we get a quick pivot into the long position that's completely voided. Free space to be occupied. And now Shui, this is going to be really rough. Trying to make it across to the car. Oh, this is very scary. Now he's stuck at car. He's got to make these frags happen, but absolutely denied. I don't think Ultimate can save this one. 2 versus 4.
Still a bomb spike to get on. I don't know how you creep around the smoke. Come out on top, though, with Henny so far away. And who knows? Oh, look, the angle. The rifle obscuring the vision, allowing Neckers to walk past. Normally that happens on overpass. I still wonder if Henny had managed to get his hands on that AWP in the last round. They might be in an even stronger position, but they're still in a pretty damn good one. Huge flashpoints in this round. Just out position there towards the end. Oh dear. Is that a man or is that a worm?
I'm gonna
back of the cupboard, webcam. Back of the cupboard. That's what happens if you buy like a cheap camera online. The low light quality will be rubbish.
He's got to be trolling though, because I feel like you can't find a camera that bad.
He might be using a dash cam, like a first generation dash cam as a webcam.
It's like closed circuit TV. CCTV.
Definitely not reading a number plate with that camera.
Okay, so the default is on here, but challenge from the CTs might be afoot. Phelps sprays him down. Nuts is able to at least get a trade. You do want to keep the T economy somewhat honest, so we do need to see some kills, even if the round is lost on Liquid's behalf. I guess we don't need to see anything. We're going to get what we're given, I suppose. But...
Ouch.
Nice setup.
They need to protect the weapon if they can. Oh dear. Nuts is further away from the corner of engagement. Henny on the pistol, forced away, but he is baiting essentially for Lucan, who's coming in from the back. Quite handy help there. Successful round.
3-3.
I still wonder, you know, I still wonder why don't we have our clear decals? Like, there's just, why are we being oppressed like this? The game, you know, CS2 is supposed to be better, but they removed stuff, including our clear decals. I like a clean... I like clean walls, you know? I don't want the spatter. Give me our clear decals. I think everybody wants that. It ain't fair.
I don't want it.
Devil's advocate over here.
I only don't want it because you want it.
I know. I know.
At least I'm honest. Well, a bit of an on-round. You know, not too much to say about this, obviously. But I'm sure we'll find something, won't we? I suppose that's the job, isn't it?
It is. That is the challenge sometimes.
Am I failing then? I think I'm failing.
We find a way through. Not the fastest eco round, but a good one. I mean, this is a promising start after losing some initial rounds there. It's a promising start from Gaimin Gladiators. You know, as the underdog in this series, my focus will be towards them. They lead. An AWP for Ultimate as well as Henny now. Neckers continuing with the Mac 10. Lucan's got $10,000 in the bank, and Neckers has the Mac 10. Now, the test on Dust2 is, can you get close enough to make use of that Mac 10? If you're swinging along short facing the site, you're essentially useless unless you're, say, jumping down towards CT. So it's a bit niche, the implementation of Neckers, unless he's going to be the grenade man for his squad in this round.
Focus from Ultimates. So they're working that mid approach. Some pressure there. Actually looking like they might want to go in for this one, for the challenge. Nice shot from Ultimate. It gets away as well. Quick B hop to safety. Oh, that really slows things down. Makes it awkward. The Gaimin Gladiators.
Where's Lucan off to? They've got the smokes out in mid. They don't have a pick anywhere just yet. Neckers holding an angle on short. I feel like they're going to eventually head towards the A bomb site. They forced that third player over towards B, but can they keep him there? Doesn't look like they can. Ultimate in more than one round has been good at getting that important info towards the end. Phelps chooses to pursue. That only makes it a 3-on-5. Lucan's still waiting outside long. So a stunted progress from Gaimin Gladiators here. Again, pushing that third man over towards the B bomb site, but unable to keep him there. Unable to get the pick. Unable to go for that late choice because Ultimate is just continuing to be a pest. You see, Phelps understands the mission there. They have the urgency. They need to try and force him away, but in doing that, they lose too many players on this occasion.
Yeah, I think you're totally right in going for that A finish, but they just couldn't quite, maybe just spending a bit too much time here, you know, just playing with Ultimate, just like you said. So great command of the tension from Ultimate in that mid position with the AWP. Oh, and speaking of which, Ultimate will pick off Neckers early in this round. It was to be a rush here into the B site. They're going to get slowed by the counter util, and Ultimate is repositioning too. He's going to make his way to a spot where he's going to lose his head, actually. Spray comes through, but Naf delivers the defense that's needed. And now the entire squadron is on the way. And they're almost there.
So much support utility flying through from Liquid, stopping the advance. Loads of flashes over the wall to help Naf. And they've all secured the bomb site. Again, stuck in a choke point there, Gaimin Gladiators. And they are without the bomb. So much time on the clock there, just kind of stuck at the mouth of the B bomb site. Those flashes stopping them from holding that W key. It's raining over the top, keeping the screens white, leaving Gaimin Gladiators with nothing else to do. Bit of hesitation there. They got that far, but then no further. It's a great pick on the sniper hopping on the wall, a classic peek on the B bomb site, punished. One there from Ultimate. That's a really nice shot there. So yeah, at this point, the flashes just start raining in. Gaimin Gladiators stuck at the mouth of B. An awkward place to be held. So after a spurt of success, things are proving to be a little tougher now.
Yeah, and I think, you know, obviously Ultimate is a great piece to that. He gets that initial pick in mid, just the previous round, all that presence in mid as well. And the other thing too is that he has a great capacity now also to play off the spawns and just, you know, mix up his position or just do so anyway. So Gaimin Gladiators take a timeout. They must figure out what do they want to do here. The opponents are starting to get some momentum. Obviously AWP in hand and for Henny as well as AKs. So they have a lot to work with in this round. So I think this is one of those spots where you're really consolidating information, figuring out, okay, how do we, like, what should the focus be? Because I think you know, one thing that you kind of highlighted there on the round where they were toying with Ultimate a little bit too much for a little bit too long was maybe that created too much of a distraction from their timings. And so they get to dial things back in here, create a clear plan.
Goodbye for both squads in round 10. Good matchup so far.
Looking for Ultimate, but he's gone long. Exactly what we were talking about. It's mixing up his position.
CT's looking really aggro on B as well. Different approach for Team Liquid. As you mentioned, repositioning the AWP. Lucan with a very nice angle, though.
Ooh.
I love that. Gaimin Gladiators not making assumptions here. False sense of security for Liquid. And that is a minute 20 to capitalize on that early pick.
Yeah, in theory, you want to go B split off of that. You know that if there's two players there, it could either be a 2-1-2 setup or a 2-0-3 setup. So how do you exploit that? They are holding position for now, though, and Liquid are starting to get a little bit worried. So they're worried about that B splits. They bring a player from A to protect that potential timing. As we see Shubi getting real close to the doors.
The angles are awkward for Liquid across the board now. There's a high concentration around these mid doors, which leaves them in awkward positions towards the A bomb site, as well as B. Gambles being taken, but they will be rewarded for it. As the re-emergence was very deep for Liquid, not expected maybe. And now they're being held here by Gaimin Gladiators and their advantages are being lost. 25 seconds on the clock. And again, they've been holding position, but it almost feels like Liquid are at the advantage despite being a man worse. Still holding from outside B. Great angle from Naf. Finds the headshot. Shuhei takes advantage of the distraction as Naf finds another one. And the round just slips away from Gaimin Gladiators. A nice early pick, plenty of time, but then not much of anything afterwards.
Really well played by Liquid. Like you said, even though they were down a man, it kind of felt like they were ahead of the game there. And And they were, you know, they reacted really well to a difficult situation. And it seems like Gaimin Gladiators have a big focus on these mid plays. Like they wanted to go out mid. They don't have to go out mid there. You know, they have obviously put Liquid in a situation where they are going to have to make some gambles. And Liquid got a gamble that, hey, they're probably going to go mid. You know, we lost a player on B. B split or a mid play to B is probably quite strong. They're able to isolate that side of the map pretty easily. So Liquid decided to go for that. And then obviously it just comes down to some of these gunfights. And Liquid just seem a little bit further ahead in the game. So well done by them. And this is a pretty difficult situation because I don't think there's a lot of money here. No. So AWP on Henny though. What's his spawn? Does he have a spawn? Oh, he's going to drop down.
I think though rounds like that, I think are for a team like Gaimin Gladiators are their biggest weakness, where it's theirs to win, but there's a bit of paralysis there. Again, there's high urgency for Liquid to keep presence, have information in that mid position on their CT side. I mean, that is the dance. Take control of short and try and push that third person away. A great pick from Henny. He's definitely got more work to do if you look at how equipped these Ts are. But again, they get that advantage. Like here, they've got a minute 10. I mean, this isn't a great example round because there are a lot of limitations here for the T side. But I think the grander question can still be asked while they approach this A bomb site. That decisiveness, that bite, when you've got the window, needs to be taken.
More smoke left for the T side as they move towards the A sides. This might actually be a pretty nice approach from them. Not too much to stop this right now from Liquid. There's a leash as well. So now it gets even more difficult. Planting still an issue though. Where are these CTs? Phelps finds himself another headshot and suddenly not too much left and so many guns to be picked up. You need to get some kills here. Nekis, oh no, that's rather taking down one. A second kill as well. That's actually really nice to find. Don't want to have the T's picking up all these guns on a round like this.
Yeah, we need more of that from Gaimin Gladiators. Decisiveness, the confidence. Yeah, Liquid understand what they need to fight for in these CT rounds. That mid to late round is so important to have that info, the skirmishes around those mid doors to see what the T's are up to. There is information up for grabs. They do a good job of grabbing it. They've got an AWP in the hands of Nekis already. As we head to the last round of the first half. Close in the first map of the series. That's why you'll see, I think Manasi holds a wider angle there, rather than being kind of touching the wall, if you will. He will go, like from Henny's perspective, he'll be more to the right-hand side. So if you've got a lineup, he'll be elsewhere.
You're looking for the pick here. D-Town's big presence, lost an ace. This feels very urgent from Liquid. Or rather, Liquid will be detecting the urgency, seeing multiple players, hearing the first steps, lots of nades. And they did at least just also is checking from Cat. So they have a sense that if there's going to be a mid take from the T's eventually, and Cat control, it's going to take a while. And Alicia is waiting to throw this molly, and that's going to slow it down even more. So this is really nice adjustment, I think, so far from Liquid. I think this is what we've seen from them, James. They're quite active. They play really well off the information they get so far.
Precious utility left for Liquid. A good tag, but Ultimate's still standing. And that's all that matters, especially when he's wielding the AWP. Again, he's looking for that mid to late info around these mid doors. And there's often information up for grabs with the Gladiators who start to posture up towards that short position now. Ali still has his incendiary. He may hope that there'll be some grenade queues to throw it. He won't wait that long though. 30 seconds, good timing. he could really reap some rewards here with this position. And now he can play around the smoke. This is perfect for him. This has gone swimmingly. Ultimate with the AWP as well makes things worse for the Gladiators. And time is of the essence. 15 seconds as the numbers dwindle. Jota's got too much to do as he connects to ultimate. He's got to plant this bomb now. Makes his way to the site, but falls to the floor as there's one last round for Liquid as we reach halftime.
Welcome back. We are here with Gaimin Gladiators versus Team Liquid. And Gaimin Gladiators actually having, I think, a pretty nice start against Liquid, all things considered.
Yep, go on.
Am I here?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. They've been having a great start. Seems like I'm not having a great start, James. So why don't you take over?
I'm just saying forehead. Yeah, let's see how this goes now. Impressive. I mean, I enjoyed the Liquid CT side. They understood the mission there. The action around mid doors was great. Trying to abuse the range of these USPs now are this South American side. Phelps and Nekes combining to do great work. 3 of the 4 frags, one for Lucan as well. The Argentine for the squad. And Ultimate has the ultimate task. 1 versus 5. With inferior range. Look how far away they are as well. What's the opposite of ultimate? Minimum? He's got 1 HP.
Ooh, okay. Well, he's dead now. dead now. We will remember him. Well, it's going to be an interesting series because, as we talked about, you'd expect that Liquid would have a massive edge. Obviously, this first map is not done just yet, but a lot of rounds here gained by Gaimin Gladiators to kind of work with, despite this this situation for Liquid right now, where they can obviously bring things back. It's Dust2. Anything can happen.
Oh, that's what we're looking for.
This kind of action. It's nice. You wouldn't want to clear those decals. Look at that.
Henny's the man we needed with the scout. Of course it's Henny. Look at that. Wonderful stuff. Oh, I'm an M4A4 enjoyer. That's great. That's great for Gaimin Gladiators. Minimal damage done. Highlight flick from Henny. Love to see how much water. They look well hydrated, Dan. Well, there's water in other drinks, but there's water.
I find I need a massive vessel for water, or else I get really dehydrated. Because I don't like going and refilling it all the time, James.
I have tankard. I have a tankard with my Xbox Live gamer tag engraved on it from the Street Fighter 4 days. 7 apiece.
Worst beef ever,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
I was just thinking for a second.
Yeah, from a brewery in Amsterdam. Good times. Used to go there for Red Fight District. I said fight. I used to produce it. Great competition.
I used to watch those streams back then. Well, the cat take has been is suspiciously quiet. So Lucan is he is asking questions. He's going to reveal to his team that nothing's going on there. Nice response though. Neck is getting aggressive, trying to head this one off, but this might create some problems. Good catch though by Lucan. We now have a 3v4 for Team Liquid on this T side. They need to kill Phelps. But Phelps, he needs to delay. We'll see how much he can delay. Really nice angle there. Isolates the fight, but doesn't matter. Naf still picks it up, and Elige, with that pinpoint precision aim, is able to pick one off as well. And suddenly, it really has gone sideways here for Gaimin Gladiators. Nice shot, though, from Henny. That's not bad.
Chance. Elige's got to be real careful as well. He's got 11 HP, and he's around an angle that could be pre-fired. But does Henny pursue? Is there more value elsewhere? So he throws his gun away early so as not to give the sound cue to people who were on the bomb site. Great presence of mind to do that. Really important stuff. Elige is going to die for sure. I forget, I used to test this. If you did a default plant and stood in that car position, I think I made a video years ago of like how much damage you would take. But of course it is increased now. There was some really nice shots on that B bomb site from Naf. Ever reliable. Great spray from Elige, from Henny rather. But maybe too much to ask to pursue that round with 14 HP.
So getting started again with a pretty fast pace actually on mid. Hit from Liquid. I really like that. Getting onto catwalk pretty much straight away. He's going really, really fast here. This might not be expected. God. Oh, whoa! Henny with their scout
He's
again.
Only got a scout.
That seems unreasonable.
Of the scout. Henny's that guy.
And he needs to be regulated.
It is Hen 1, but we call him Henny. It's like Zywoo is Ziwoo, but we call him Zywoo. Swinging to the site now. It's so awkward when you're trying to retake from CT spawn. Elevation is such a problem. Now, they have Jota on long. Doesn't have necessarily the most ideal weapon. This, again, I think could be an invitation to lose a crap ton of weaponry. But they're 5-on-4 for the retake. There are flashes coming in from long. Good angles for the T's, but he's got to find these connections. Ultimate now will do what he can. Shuhei connects as well. 3-on-3. Clock is ticking. And now only Naf remains. Only Jota's got a kit, and he's the high health player as they look for him. But the numbers game, Naf will run away. And the score will be tied. Again, very, very nervous territory for the CTs to go for the retake there, but they find a way to do it.
Yeah, some good damage, though, from Liquid in addition to the plants. But yeah, you can see that Naf was set up to be in a really nice spot. And this is, spots that he does really good work from. That kill from Henny. That's an over delivery. That's another thing that goes really well for them. But yeah, if there's just one more kill that gives Naf the 1v2, they could probably win that round. Jota with the long denial. And two-man presence on cap from CTs. I'm trying to find the timings for as the T's come down the steps. They're kind of just missing it slightly.
That was a really hard nade to throw as well, with his teammate jiggling in front of him. Shuhei will have the hand cannon for round 17. Again, Dust2 the pick of Gaimin Gladiators. With the score tied, you wonder how important a victory is here for Gaimin Gladiators. What happens if this one goes wrong? He's got one flash. I don't know if there'll be time to throw it for Jota. He's got to go deep, surely. Chooses 3-peek for the second one. A long spray for Henny, but he's able to drop ultimate. They don't know the climate towards short. It'll be a careful rotation, which means a slow one from the remainder of Gaimin Gladiators as well. So Henny may be stuck for a while.
This will be a tough one for Liquid. One smoke. There we go from Nuts. Smoke the across. Here we go. And Molly to create some space, allow them to get onto the side. Good counter till though from the CTs. 13 seconds to plant though. It's getting a little sketchy. There we go. Plant is coming on through. Oh, multiple peaks coming on in. Elige unable to get enough damage done there. 2 versus 2 here for Liquid. Just down to 1 though. Henny against 2 very weak players. Trying to play the angles here. Oh my goodness, Henny's on one today. Looking to try to complete the clutch. Henny with the taps being baited. My goodness. Nuts is down to 2 HP. He couldn't be lower.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, and Henny's going to find it. Just unbelievable nerve from him, just holding it the entire time.
So many bursts. He really deserved the headshot there. I was like, is he going to get it at all? Man. Hold your nerve for both of them for that engagement as well. That was a difficult one.
He's had some of the most impactful kills so far in this game.
Did it. Yeah, I think that's...
I think the 2 scout kills that he got were really big impact kind of swing kills that were pretty definitive in those rounds. And then he gets that clutch here at the end, which is pretty crazy.
Always a pleasure to see Henny on the server. They must still call him Hen1 in Brazil. I wonder how you pronounce that in Portuguese.
Haven't the foggiest.
Someone tweet us with a phonetic Hen1 Portuguese pronunciation.
Very tense here. The bomb is actually in upper dark at the moment. Oftentimes, I think you might expect to see a short plant. Just get the numbers up catwalk for a short plant.
What has happened to Phelps?
That would be a great way to get damage. Oh my god.
Lucan keeping the T's honest in mid doors. Trouble could be coming his way. Wow, only 5 HP.
Yeah. Makes sense.
They've managed to creep through as well. There's trouble on his B bomb side. Suddenly the odds are looking pretty good, I think, for these T's as Lucan finds himself on an island, gets his bell rung once, and then one too many times. And suddenly we've got Hen 1 by the car on A and Jota and T spawn. I can't see them risking losing the AWP here. Outmaneuvered through mid. Smokes out. They knew that the CT would fall back to the bomb site, and they simply split with pistols and took everything.
Yeah, it's a really nice round. I mean, you start off with the hero AK, and it just takes, you know, that one initial fight against Phelps. At least gets to pick up the AK, and it's really hitting a good timing. And okay, well, and he's going to get one.
Terrorists win.
But, you know, we can see, you know, the money was not really good for the CTs at all. They're not going to be able to, I mean, they might buy around the AWP because they saved the AWP, but I think they're only going to have around $3 to 3.4K on most players. And that's, you know, in large part because Liquid have had a lot of these close rounds where they are doing damage actively. So this is a dangerous time now for Gaimin Gladiators, and momentum could fall away from them. It really is at risk.
Welcome back, Phelps. Not sure what happened to his cam. Ended up in the wall.
They cut the cams. Probably criminal activity, James.
Lots.
When the cams cut,
Lots
you know.
of delivered food in the bin. Look, overflowing with delivery bags, I bet.
You break down your boxes before you put them in the recycling, James.
I do flat pack, yes.
Do you? Okay. Actually, to be fair, that's a good use of the many knives that you have.
Yeah? Yeah.
Suppose.
I'm holding one right now. Never far from a knife, am I?
That's great. You're ready to be attacked at any time.
As is Henny. Opening with the AWP. Difficult round on paper for the CTs. Sure, Phelps will be happy to disengage. Perhaps not. Okay, going back to the well one too many times. A 5-on-3 was looking quite juicy for the squad. Perhaps not expecting Ultimate to be waiting with the AWP. Maybe that gives Liquid a little more of a chance in round 19. The score tied once more.
Mid pressure from Team Liquid, and Gaimin Gladiators forced to play to a site. Not an uncommon response at all from the CTs in this position. So, Liquid, they're going into the long setup. Oftentimes, you only have one player in the setup for the CTs, but they've managed to stack them. The shadow is going to be visible, but does it actually backfire? I think it's backfiring, in fact. Not working out, but they're not going to expect the next player. This is what we're talking about. You don't often have both players on long. Now they're starting to spin around, and there is some damage. Maybe you would have wanted more, but 2 players for Liquid, very, very low, and he gets smoked off. 20 seconds for the plant. Enough time to make it. Although Neck is looking to try to stop this, but the fire is there in time.
Just becomes so awkward for the Gladiators. Great angle from Henny, though. There's a flash for Nekiz. Goes deep, but does next to nothing onto Naf. Now, do they swing together? Oh, there's the flash. He has lost his angle. Is Henny ready, though? Is that going to land? No. Henny posted up. I don't think there was much Naf could do from that position, especially when you know who's on the other side. That is a nervous round for Gaimin Gladiators. Again, they had the advantages. I think maybe they overextended when they had a 5-on-3. Could could be comfortable with that, but maybe there was a read of a quick play towards B. Naf looks like he is not amused. So awkward here on the door as well. And then afterwards, but somehow they managed to survive all of that. Now, it was a good effort actually to go past the angle, but Henny was still able to catch him.
Still though, the game really is on a knife's edge because the economy is terrible for the CTs. It just really takes Gaimin Gladiators losing one round at this stage of this map for them to potentially lose the map. So really difficult scenario. Liquid, they're just going to look to just smash it into the B side, it would appear. Just looking at their positions, there we go.
Streaming in. Phelps cutting the numbers. That's a great third frag from him. Full spray, not going to be so successful. They've got AKs. They can land headshots. There is a chance. Oh, 0.1 for the judges on that pirouette attempt. Nuts has to gamble now. Goes through the smoke, but there's just too many man on road. Another one collected by the Gladiators. 3 survive at the end of the round. Now things are getting a bit testy for Liquid. Again, this is the pick of Gladiators, the first map of the series. Dust2 Nuke. Ancient, should it be required? That was really nice, that last one.
Position announced. Just some deeks. Again, money is really low for the CTs, but this is a good round to make the money back. Ultimate takes down one player. Nice headshot with the last bullet from Phelps, and they get to actually build some cash, some reserves for once, as we move into what could be map points now for the Brazilian and Argentinian side. Liquid taking a timeout.
Yeah, Gaimin Gladiators.
Really hard for
They are pulling away like an RS3 being chased by the police. I'm not sure if they're going to get caught. They may be too far gone. Could have a good buy though. They've got the people as well. It's been close the whole way, but you could see the frustrations. It's been very emotional cameras these first 2 days of ESL Pro League. Season XXIII. What is left for Liquid? Nertz with 15 frags. Phelps with 21. He's had a few multi-frag rounds, important multi-frag rounds of late.
Patience. Having an absolute game, 16-7, and does connect with Elige. Gets the legs, I would think. He's down to 16. They want to just go for a straight cat play, or would we get a pivot from Liquid here? I think the position's quite nice. For a potential A play, they should be able to get onto the sites. But for Gaimin Gladiators, they can very easily play retake as well.
Starting to reposition now. That will be heard as well, though. They're all here. Henny simply waiting. Neck is sliding out and just getting absolutely JFK'd. And he's got the flashes as well. But he's using it to kind of fall back and take some space for himself. Jota's on long as well. He's been holding long doors the entire time. Oh, just above the head. Shuhei could be in some trouble here. Bombs planted though. That clock is ticking. 4 remain. Starting to creep up is Jota on his retake. They're looking for lurkers. They don't realize that all of Liquid are just chilling and they are ready. That clock is ticking. There's not much util. They've got to find all the frags here, and they are finding them. Naf is completely out of position. How has this happened?
I can't believe it. Was Naf like repositioning because he's just not expecting them to do it? I don't know, but they did do it. Gaimin Gladiators with a huge win in the opening of this series. We'll have to find out if they can...
Two different teams in practice and official. It's so crazy. There is nothing else to say. Either we solve it within the next few weeks or we won't go to the major. GG. More on that later. But for now, it will be the beginning of Liquid and Gaimin Gladiators on the second map of the series, Nuke. CT side chosen by Gaimin Gladiators. The B bomb site chosen by what remain of Liquid, as they have lost Elige early in this one.
Love the pace on this, really fast down into the lower sites. And there we go, the plants. But Decon currently held by the CTs. Okay, Naf is going to easily be able to fight that. Not a comfortable spot for Naf to fight him, but he is delivering the headshots so far. Not able to get the reload off, though. And now 3 versus 3 into this retake.
Staggered push from the CTs at Decon there, maybe expecting Naf to look elsewhere. Not many places for him to look, though, from that position. We'll see if they can find the defuse. They don't have a kit, so it's not looking likely. Ultimate has been dealt with, but nobody's on the bomb. They had 3 players standing, 2 remain, and they just don't have time. Goodbye.
Terrorists win.
Liquid with the pistols, a close one, but lower rush works. Yeah, this was the play though from Naf. Like, getting 2 kills there is really nice.
Still believe.
Uh-oh.
The scout's back. Still believe that winning the pistol and consecutive can be, all too often it's going to be really important on Nuke. And Liquid will be off to a good start. And of course, you'll always pick that map with the expectation of starting on the T side. Oh, just a bit too deep to expose. Crazy how his head goes back even from the grenade on the X-ray. Elige will be dealt with. That's good information for the CT side looking for their first round early. But Phelps will be hyper-aggressive and be dealt with by Nerds.
I respect the scout here in the hands of Henny. 50 seconds left now as Nerds continues to work on the outside control. Again, Henny feels like a really big threat here. We'll see if he can connect the shot. Ooh, actually not a connection. This gives a really good chance now for Nuts to be able to take him out. We'll see if he can do so. Henny is trying to delay for teammates to come by. He's done some damage and he's delayed enough. Oh no, that is terrorizing for Liquid.
Still a chance for him to win this round though, because how many players are on this A bomb site? Henny has got an upgrade now. Running distraction, that clock continues to tick, but Neckers has been dealt with. Who else has position on this bomb site? Well, Jota has some now, certainly showing some presence. Not sure if Lucan's been detected here. Can he play off of his teammates is the question. Naf closing the distance now. Oh, just around the corner in time. They're losing position on this bomb site. Outnumbered for a moment, but now Lucan finds himself alone. The 180 won't come fast enough. And Shuhei will keep a clean sheet for Liquid.
Ooh, close one. Sometimes feels like the hardest rounds to win. Lots of variants, but there you go. We'll see what can be done with this good start. I did like that double secret play. I felt like that was really nice there too, because there was initially a really heavy outside bias from Gaimin Gladiators, and that's something that, you know, it is in part a gamble. It's like you're opening. You don't know what the opening is of the opponents. You just have to pick one yourself. But once again, Henny back at it with his scout.
So many targets. Perhaps showing to too many on this occasion. So this will be a very slow start after all then for Gaimin Gladiators, unless they find a miracle round, which is looking less and less likely. Not that much time has passed, but only 2 remain. And again, they've spent all the cash for the most part. But perhaps Jota can give them a chance.
What a time to burn in this one. Good to go. No sound cues for the Gaimin Gladiators to really work with here. It is just a silent creep across the map from Liquid onto the upper site. Nobody is home. So that will be a free bomb plant for them. Might just be an auto save here. I don't know. This is very, very difficult. Is there any weapon of value to collect? We've got the AK.
Yeah, I don't think they pursue here. But yeah, a very, very slow start. Didn't see the lights change. So only Liquid are off to the races at the start of this one. Again, this is an encouraging start for Liquid. Frustrations of the last map will soon fade away.
Terrorists win.
One of the many reasons Elige is somebody I'm a fan of is what he does outside of the game in terms of content and so on, and understanding the importance of profile. I remember I saw, I don't know if it was a coach or like a manager of a team, kind of gloating at how little his team had to do in terms of like media stuff at an event, which was so idiotic. I can't believe it. But Elige is the opposite end of that spectrum, understanding the importance of profile for the individual, but also educating the masses as well in terms of like pathing. You saw him doing the pre-fire angles there as he went through the lobby and so on. Definitely somebody to check out on YouTube and beyond. It's important to have people like that in our community. It's great to see him on the Liquid squad. 3-0, a great start. I don't think they could ask for more, really, in terms of how they've begun this game of Nuke. He could ask for more pixels.
Yeah, you could. You could always make a request, but it will be denied. Which is basically your experience with the Valve developers over a good decade.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Throwing bodies at the problem are Liquid, and the problem seems to lie on the B bomb site, where they've all successfully gone completely unscathed. Finally being touched by Yota downstairs. I need to stop saying when I pause. Bad habit. This is a successful round.
Have you tried
Yeah?
shocking yourself?
Shocking. What was it? Electricity.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't thought of this. But
Negative
I
reinforcement.
will... You know what? I'm terrified to touch a fly swat. I just can't bring myself to do it. An electronic fly swat. So I could. This could be the way to do it. When I say I'll have to give it a touch.
You could always try one of those collars Hassan uses.
Oh my god. But find me wearing a collar of any kind. Unless it's a shirt collar.
Yep.
No. Sartorial excellence is never far away.
Here's another look at the entry.
There's not much to say about
Nice and straightforward.
Yeah, there's not much to say about Gaimin Gladiators just yet. I mean, we've had a lot of crap buys from them. We've got a better one now. So maybe round 5 is where the game starts for Gaimin Gladiators, because there honestly hasn't been much to say. We're kind of out of words. But now our vocabs, I'm sure, will be rich.
Creating the expectation. Well, there's going to be a fight in the outside here, potentially set up there for the CT side. Gaimin Gladiators looking to see if they can catch these players dropping down.
So many people facing at the same time, and Joseph's just stuck with his hands in his pockets.
Phelps is like, what about me, though? They are backing away from him, so he's not going to get a piece of the action. Lucan, though. Oh, Naf turns just in the nick of time, but Henny will trade it at the very least. So 3 versus 4 now for the Gaimin Gladiators. With a minute to play with. We go back to outside. Maybe Will Phelps will get some action after rules. He's going to jump straight through the smoke. Or will he? He's got to be very cautious about his timing. He's found a decent time. He gets a double out of it. Although it's traded, what does Ultimate have left to work with? 40 seconds, and he's got to recover the bomb.
1 versus 2 could be worse. No sound cue on the way back down. That's really important. 30 seconds. He's got time to go to many places, but Henny's angle has got to be too oppressive. Indeed, it will be. Punctured immediately. And Gaimin Gladiators start to build. Only 2 survive, which isn't great, but at this rate, I mean, the way they've been losing rounds at the beginning of this one, I think they'll take the round no matter how it comes, won't be concerned with the circumstances. They're on the scoreboard. They've got some catching up to do. And even in losing that 1 round, there can be opportunity for Liquid. Get that loss bonus reset, put them in the bin firmly, neck deep.
Well, you were right. You know, it was the round to work for Gaimin Gladiators after a 4 in a row, not going super well. And you know, big credit to Phelps and his patience there. You know, he was so patient, could easily have pushed so much sooner in multiple occasions, for multiple reasons. But we get 1 posted here. And the money's kind of gone. Should get 3 AKs though and a decent selection of nades. So it should surely be a fast round here. Explosive play from Liquid is assured. They're going to force out lots of counter utility early in the round. But they themselves are left with no smokes. They have no smokes now to speak of.
Show me the flicks. Thank you very much. Oh, plenty targets. Henny will stand here all day. I don't think support's coming in time. But he wants all the frags for himself. That HG could do some good damage to Nerds. Indeed it will. Up close, he's ready for the shotgun mode. And him simply existing here will eventually draw support. He has some lower ramp, and they will be collected, will Liquid. Suddenly things looking far more difficult for them on Nuke.
And he's a problem. Elige needs to do damage. That's sort of the minimum that you're looking for here. Just get some damage. The CT economy, if you can get like a couple kills at least, you prevent it from growing. If you can get 3, obviously you start to really damage the economy. But it doesn't really look like Elige has the opportunity to do much of anything. The bomb is being sat on by the CTs, and so Elige with no options is likely just going to be saving here. And yeah, the Henny really is a big problem to deal with. He's kind of too good, James.
He's very good, but career-wise hasn't reached the heights you would expect for a man of his talents. A good run at EPL would be a great way to have a resurgence with the Gaimin Gladiators. GG's in all kinds of ways. But this is just his bread and butter all day. Loads of you people running at your AWP? Yes, please. Support as well. And he understands the importance of staying alive and allowing his team to clean up when necessary. So yeah, they broke Liquid. And now as Liquid struggle on the T side, we'll see how important those early rounds were for their success overall in this first half. Again, they trail by 1, which they could have won on a different day, but not today.
Elige versus Henny, perhaps. Ooh, actually getting some tags.
Don't make it too easy.
Elige the assassin.
With these Glocks and the AK, don't want to overextend and lose the player when you don't need to. Showing a bit of leg. Police won't be happy with that. Handily dealt with. Patient. I mean, there wasn't much that Liquid could realistically do there. But you don't want to see Gaimin Gladiators capitulate in a round such as that. Consistency is key.
Truly is. Is there an upset on the cards here? I really do. Well, I'm really starting to wonder. Gaimin Gladiators, if they manage to defeat Liquid, that would be a really rough situation for sure. For Liquid, that is, but incredible for Gaimin Gladiators, and they're looking much better than I expected so far in the series. Outside aggression for both sides. Set up there deep in a position is Phelps. Henny deep for support as well, further back in Garage. And Phelps, he's got a great spot right now. He's looking for how many can he get out of this. Guess one player is looking for more, but at least there's a trade for the T side. Ultimate, able to find another through the smoke, and suddenly it really falls on Jota to do some damage here to this attack. It's getting a bit chaotic.
Match loss for Liquid here is interesting for Gaimin Gladiators, because I think everybody would look at Liquid in the loss, but not Gaimin Gladiators in the win. So they'd still be kind of under the radar. But Liquid are looking to turn this around and keep their lead. 45 seconds in a 4 versus 2 now. Nekis has a chance for a multi-frag though, but timing might not be his friend. Heading through Squeaky. As many Liquid players are just around the corner. Heading to the outside now. Will time be on his side? 30 seconds to get this bomb planted. The Shota's moving as well. He's going to be ill-positioned to stop a plant on this A-bomb site.
Bomb has been planted.
Imagine if he did a Hail Mary spray and was able to stop that bomb from being planted. That would be interesting. Not today, though. But there's loads of cash, though, for the CT side. Henny's got 9k before the loss bonus comes through. So they've got some stability.
Yeah, they definitely do. I wonder if Liquid will go back to some of the outside chaos here. It's definitely a good way to shut down the CTs, because it does feel like they wanted to fight Brazilians. They want to fight outside so far. You know, they've had reliably, you know, most of the rounds Henny's posted up there. You know, Phelps is going to be in some setups too. And at least in the previous round, it was somewhat exploitable. But maybe, you know, such as the chaos of pistols as well. Now we go back to the full buy. We'll see what Liquid decide to do, if it's more of an outside base default or not.
Curious where Ultimate goes with the AWP as well. On the T side specifically. Quickly boosted up, looking for action. Neck is getting barbecued to 7 HP inside. You'll have to be really careful. It's so nasty when you encounter CT AWP downstairs, because they've just got so many places to take a shot, fall back, post up. Too many nasty surprises that will allow the remainder of the team to focus outside. And it seems that Liquid are quite happy to creep around these smokes and look for engagements. They have been favorable in previous rounds.
A minute to go. And he still posted below the secret stairs, like you mentioned. So Liquid's looking to definitely avoid that. They don't know it's there yet, though. And Phelps around the credit card position. See what he can do there. Starting to wonder, okay, noise has been cut. Is there a rotation? Liquid might, though, just re-hit outside.
So uncomfortable to continue to hold an off angle and not fight and look for that info, which Liquid are looking to punish. But at some point, they'll have to reposition and look to collapse on a bomb site. Closing in now. Noise has been cut for a long time, but Phelps is off angle. So good! He's often so good at the multi-frag, getting that second one not on this occasion, but Neck is so low for the round after that. Molotov is able to deliver, try and buy some time now. 12 seconds to get a bomb plant, and Lukin still round the back, trying to stay alive for as long as possible as the Leech desperately tries to find that frag. great patience, not engaging. They learn their lessons from prior rounds. They know Liquid are looking for those 1v1s outside of the AKs. They deny them, hold the off angles, and secure the round.
The patience really is remarkable. I agree. And this again, Phelps outside has been playing brilliantly this game so far. Super key player. And look at, you know, they've got a lot that they can play with now in terms of pacing. They cut noise for a very long time there. Now they're just going to absolutely send it straight into the upper sights. And Nekis, Lucan doing a decent job getting those initial kills down to a 2v2 in the chaos. Phelps comes in from the outside and he's going to get set back out. Jota now going to Huts, seeing if he can find something. Has all the sound cues he needs. They're going to go down to the vent. Is that what they're doing? Yes, but Jota, he's quite quickly behind them. They may not realize quite how close he is.
That double peek from Liquid was awesome on the bomb site for CT Vent. Big footsteps, somewhat clouded by the grenades. Only so many places Elish can be, but he is ready to win that clutch. 5 pixels and all. Back and forth we go. Very tense in this second map of Nuke. 4 pixels. I feel like we're losing pixels every time we go back to the camera.
He's as much bandwidth as he can get. Play the game.
It's $1 a pixel for that webcam. Paid by the pixel.
The fast play did work out. They're going to go for a similar one. Ooh, an elbow for a second for ultimate, but no pick. The question is, you know, do they slow down overall a lot, or are they going to go for, just keep the pace pretty fast again? Obviously, they can't rush into the upper side. And they cannot rush through the smoke here into ramp either, so somewhat forced to slow things down. Annie, this is the play. AWP against AWP, potentially. We might go into the angle, though, and still gets the kill. It looks like Ultimate was happily posted on that one, but unfortunately for them, it's not going to work out. Though the trade on to Jota is going to help Liquid get some space towards ramp, but it's gone just like that.
Timings we're seeing here are sick. I can't believe he won that duel. But here we are. 5th round on the way for Gaimin Gladiators. Don't expect they would want to pursue in this round. They'll want to full buy for the last round of the half. What do Shuhei and Elige choose to do? The remaining 2. Perhaps they've got a good chance at a 2v2 on one of the bomb sites, but have a look at this hold around A. 19 seconds on the clock. Elige with a wild play. Make it a bit more expensive, but they'll collect AKs for their troubles. 3 pixels.
Okay, well, hard-fought game for both teams. I mean, again, look at this Henny guy. He's a thorn in the side of Liquid, that is for sure. Super responsive plays there from Gaimin Gladiators. 6-5 for Liquid, though, on the final round of the first half. Very bad buy, though. And they're going to just absolutely rush Henny down. They are going to send it so that he cannot survive. That's one way to do it.
He was at the point of no return. AWP in the hands of Nerdstyle. We'll see what he can do. Might be exactly what they need for an unlikely final round. Elige pulling a grenade out, but the trades will continue. Ultimate through the door. That's such a key one. That stolen AWP rears its ugly head. Even Lucan in a 1 versus 2. He's got some of the info. Catches Nerds trying to reposition. He's got some utility as well. Trying to figure out where Ultimate is. Spinning like a Dalek and is able to find one more. A very good half for Gaimin Gladiators, it must be said. 6-6 at half time. All to play for in the second map.
Welcome back then to the stream here, the lovely B stream with James and myself here for the Gaimin Gladiators versus Team Liquid battle here in the Swiss system at ESL Pro League. This is the 0-1 match, and it's getting a little bit tricky, I feel like, for Team Liquid. Actually, they're having a bit of a struggle here on just closing out this series, which, you know, surely they should have the better of, because we're at 6-6 on the second map, and Gaimin Gladiators picked up map 1, Dust2. So a lot of work here for the Liquid boys to do.
T pistol is going to be really important for Gladiators, I think. If they are to have the struggles they had on the T side of the first game here as well, then I think Liquid could really rise to strength here. And they've certainly started well on this pistol. Have Liquid 3-on-1, Lucan alone. Nobody responding on the radio. It's got to find the 1v1. So many places for NAFTA B, but still delivers. Reload is in. He doesn't have the bomb. He does, however, have time.
Plenty of time. For a second, I thought everything froze. Thought the game froze. But Lucan's still here, still trying to find a solution. CT's not going walkabouts, they're just covering the bomb. Lucan needs a very fortunate circumstance here to find these kills.
Oh!
Okay, well,
That was it!
not looking is definitely decent, but got to hit the shots too.
Oh, perfect timing with what you said, Dan.
That was a chance.
That was exactly
Yeah.
on a plate for him. But, you know, the pressure to deliver is the problem. You grab your mouse a bit tighter. Oh, man. If it didn't matter, he gets that headshot all day. I think because it does, a bit of psychology there. It's such an urgent situation. Yeah, he knows how close he was. No bomb plant either. So it'll be the definition of a Nuke Round here for Gaimin Gladiators. And again, if you're joining us late, mid to late round, Gaimin Gladiators did get exploited here and there on Dust2, a map which they did win, but yes, there were problems on their T side. I do wonder if Liquid have a plan in that regard. I expect this to be a stronger half for Liquid, but I've been wrong before. Oof. That's crutches at least, 6 months.
All right. Unless you get those peptides, James. That Wolverine stack regenerates.
I almost forgot, Dan. Just a reminder about the mailbag. If you want relationship advice or bad crypto advice, you can email dhlmailbag@efg.gg. Excuse me. You'll see it on the lower third. And put B stream in the title. We will secure your romantic future for you. That's to secure the man advantage for his squad. But it won't last long because Henny continues to be a problem, a thorn in the side of Liquid.
Like Shui's position there, a little bit forward into towards lobby. With the UMP, this is a good range for it. Very nice indeed. Oh, hello. Waiting on the other side, Neckers. Holding onto upper, but still some problems to get across there. Jossa deals with nerds. Oh, wow, Phelps. He's the outside player, James. He knows the shenanigans. He knows.
They've just got all the better angles. Gaimin Gladiators could pull something out of the hat here. I mean, you were wondering a few rounds prior. They are a threat. They've secured that round early. They've got the CT spending. You know, sometimes it's a long slog when you're on a T side of Nuke to break the CTs and then start to build, but there are shortcomings already. Nerds with the 5-7. Ultimate, however, has an AWP. He was a dab hand in that first map. So this is a critical point for Liquid if they are to win their pick of Nuke. Surely they must deliver in this round.
Outside aggression. Getting deflected. What's the outside man taken down? Ultimate has a nice post up here. Although we might not expect that should be so deep. This is actually a very strong position now, potentially, from Henny, that is. Oh, wow. Henny really set up to have a great situation for himself and his team. But does he realize that Ultimate's even there?
No idea.
Because his teammates could get blasted and he won't even realize. Okay, well, there we go. Now he understands. And he's trying to make this into the play that wins the round. You're drawing his teammates across so he can kind of set this one up and just hit a better timing. There's the execution. And now it's time to go downstairs.
Will they be expecting Naf in this position, considering he's got to be careful about where he puts his silencer? I may concede his position there. I think he realized that quickly. There are problems on the way. But will they check? That is the question. Or will they assume? 20 seconds left. They may not have time to check and assume. Nerds has got position now. And this makes distraction even bigger for Naf, but he gets deleted by Joseph, but the bomb still needs to get planted. 10 seconds, Elijah on the way, last man standing. They found a good angle. He has so much to do.
And no real options here. I don't know exactly where he's going to come from, but... Okay, 2 players on the angle, and that is that for Elige. Gaimin Gladiators in a really good spot now. I mean, that play from Henny, that timing was really cool. Really, really cool.
Naf saved his teammate's bacon there. There was a peek about to happen towards heaven. Yeah, Henny's in the ceiling apparently. Big swipe at the mouse pad and the webcam's gone. And look what this has done. Again, I mentioned that was an early-ish critical round for Liquid, and it has left them with nothing. Pockets are empty, turned inside out. Gaimin Gladiators looking fairly solid, looking like a unit, it must be said.
Taking command, indeed, of this game so far. And the series. Also making his way downstairs and seeing what he can find. I mean, at this point, you know, just getting a kill, stealing an AK, these are some of the greatest objectives you could have. And nuts. Oh, he's got a great spot here. Oh, okay, he gets the kill. I feel like you almost want him to run out and die and just allow his teammates to kind of be unseen. Another dink runs at Neckers, but... okay, maybe the AK can be collected. Is it recoverable up there? Where did it go? Is it on top of the silo still? Yes. Okay. I mean, this is really the best case from this round, probably, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And I'm sure Shuhei thinks the same. Gaimin Gladiators in the lead now. It's important they continue to play to win and don't play to not lose. And that hesitation could be exploitable. They're coming for him as well. He might get the first, but they are all here. They're all here! I love this. I love the urgency from the squad. I love the confidence to all go on the hunt. At the right time, I might add. Hello again.
Hello.
So, who do you fancy for Nuke? You think Liquid have got what it takes?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I feel like we would have seen it already, James. I feel like we would have seen it already. I mean, it's not that they're playing in any way a bad, or anything like that. It's just I think we're seeing just better moves overall from Gaimin Gladiators. Again, I think we've seen some really key moments from on this map. Phelps and Henny stand out. Everyone obviously doing a great job on the team, but similar to the first map too. There's some really nice individual performances, kind of over delivering in certain spots. kind of, changes the whole equation. And that's how Gaimin Gladiators, I think, have been looking so good so far against Liquid. Looking to send them into the 0-2 part of the bracket.
That's an undesirable part of the bracket, then. Highly undesirable.
Yeah.
No AWP in round 18 for Liquid. Also none for Gaimin Gladiators. Henny quite happy with the AK-47. Nice to not have a dependent. I was wondering if he was going to go for a flank and pick up that AWP from Ultimate on the ramp, but he understood the bigger picture, and it's important too, as well. Definitely a team player. Three mollies for the Gladiator squad. Noise absolutely cut. Even the spin of the skeleton knife has got a chafing sound now.
Chafe. I'm a fan of all of the new sounds. Chafing sounds, the clinky sounds. The Molotovs have like a sloshy to them that's really satisfying.
You're a chafing sound.
Can't deny it, I suppose. 30 seconds to go, and now finally the movement into lobby, through lobby into ramp is had. 1-for-1 trade, but they need to go a little bit quicker here. They need to get onto a site. Now the jump up around the outside towards heaven. It's going to help them gain some position, and that's a very important kill, unlocking the door. And Phelps, perfect timing, catches the player right up the ladder, and another to be had. Shui dead on the site, and you know what? Elige once again just left alone in an impossible scenario, 1 versus 4.
Crazy thing is that the bomb carrier being spotted in the lobby, of course, importantly winning that duel, sent the reinforcements straight up the ladder to their demise. So it sped the round up in trying to secure the A bomb site. Crazy how things happen sometimes. Gaimin Gladiators moving to 10, and look at the lack of money for Liquid. $50 for Ultimate, Nerds with 0. It is looking dire. The forecast ain't good. That was a nice 180 though, but can he escape the bomb in time? There's another bomb coming. Oh man, the detail. I love it. Gaimin Gladiators give them nothing for free. They hunted down Shuhei and T-Spawn, and it will be shrapnel for Elige.
It's pretty good timing. I mean, we were talking about how everything felt so slow and disconnected almost in a certain way, but then everything just came together so beautifully. And that final kill on Elige really, I mean, it just feels really oppressive right now for Liquid. Get the outside movement here from Gaimin Gladiators. And they're able to deflect this lobby aggression, so seemingly a step ahead.
Still a dangerous round. Elige inviting a close quarters engagement, and he is rewarded for his efforts. These are rounds that can be lost. These are the unlikely rounds where you should be pulling away that can be lost. Nerds has found himself in a very awkward place though, but he still somehow gets something from it, and he's still standing!
Oof, Neku's taking down Elige. 2 versus 3 for Liquid to try to find a recovery. Shui in the door position right now, and Naf in the rafters. I mean, if they go lower, then it's going to be pretty tough for Liquid. I'll say starting to make the move. It's really tough for Liquid too, because you don't really want to reposition if you don't have to, and so sometimes just staying in position is the safest thing to do, but in this case, it's going to end up putting them at a huge disadvantage on the retake.
I wonder if it...
Unless there's a crazy world where they go up the
If it
vent.
ends up being the B bomb site, they just go to find some rifles, maybe.
I think so. I think that's got to be the only option.
Risky one towards the end, but they have opened the correct door. I think it will be a scavenge for the remainder of Liquid. Future rounds have to be the priority here, surely. Yeah, plenty of value in that. That's all you need. No exits. Got to prioritize scraping every round possible. But the hunt will continue. Gaimin Gladiators, merciless. Shuhei will get the better on this occasion. Might be good to save these rifles now. As Gaimin Gladiators move to 11. I think maybe some viewers with Gaimin Gladiators winning Dust2 thought the third map was guaranteed. Not looking that way right now.
No, it's not. It really isn't. Gaimin Gladiators team, I was kind of wondering, what damage they can do in this tournament with the performance that they're showing us so far. Looking pretty sharp. Good reads on Liquid overall. And, they've got some of the clutch that's really necessary and not afraid to run the clock down a lot and still have control in the rounds, despite the urgency that then appears. And for Liquid, it's a pretty bad situation for sure. I mean, you're on the CT side as well, so the CT side on Nuke is usually, it's not like a Dust2 CT side, right, where you kind of have to be passive and it's kind of a struggle, but the rotations are in your favor on this map, and there's lots of setups you can play that allow you to kind of find solutions. But there hasn't really been many found so far now for Liquid. And if there's any to be found, now it has to come in this moment. Round 20, Gaimin Gladiators threatening to once again wipe out the economy of Team Liquid.
Scopes return for both squads. Facility raining down. From the CTs at least. Gaimin Gladiators are, purposefully holding on to most of theirs. It's exactly what Liquid need. An early 5-on-4. Drops dropped outside. This will compromise presence somewhat. Oh, and he gets a second one for free as well. Should be round done. Now, there is money. If Gaimin Gladiators get wrecked in this round, the pressure will continue. Of course, it is absolutely must-win for Liquid. Now, do they want to keep lurking around this outside? Only 3 players and an AWP looking to surprise them yet again. Might get their health insurance payout quicker than they expect.
Not a lot of time for this one. We don't have anybody lower just yet, though. They've got to surely suspect this is possible. 20 seconds to go. Door is opened, and that's the sound cue. Now, CT start to move. And can they get here before the counter nades? That's looking a little challenging. Lucan able to find the first one. Henny as well. So these CTs now starting to dwindle in numbers, but still slight advantage. Lucan Neck is playing up close, seeing what they can find back to back, and they will back to back die. Liquid make the retake happen. Losing only 3 players, so not the worst. Liquid are still in this one.
Yeah, I think they're prioritizing retaking together to give themselves the highest chance of winning the rounds. Doesn't matter about the bomb plant. They've got money regardless, the T side. Just got to be as careful as possible now. 0-2 will feel unfathomable of a start for Liquid at EPL. The lead is narrow. The rounds are nervous. Again, Phelps picked off very early, and another free kill afterwards, just out there in the open, exposed to the AWP. Not a mistake Gaimin Gladiators will look to make again. Double AWPs now for Liquid. Naf picking up a second one. So
Very tense stuff outside here.
worth noting as well.
And he's not afraid though.
It's worth noting, Ultimate's very deliberately announcing his AWP outside, which may catch somebody off guard when they walk into NAF somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a great point. He's posted up in the ramp room at the moment. I like this. You know, we are in, when saying we as in Liquid, are in defensive positions there. Gaimin Gladiators moving towards ramp. And that's exactly what you're talking about. Getting caught there by the AWP. And now 50 seconds to work with. What is the plan? You've got to concoct a plan. Helps, again, the very experienced outside player trying to see if he can predict how the CTs are going to be set up there. Late smoke indoor. That is pretty devastating. That really splits up the push.
That would have been the opening, but it seems everything's going to fall apart now. Gaimin Gladiators could do with some loss bonus from the bomb plant at this point, and he definitely wants to hold on to that AWP. And it's these late in the day calls like a double AWP, where if you know there's a second one or you don't know where the AWP is, you may have a different approach to that ramp position. But again, Ultimate perhaps leading them into a false sense of security, and Naf getting a sitter towards the ramp. Things like that can really swing things in your favor at a crucial time late in the day, as we are here in Nuke.
Oh, Liquid really going to bring it back right at the end here. It's definitely looking a lot better, but it can also be to some extent too. You know, this sense of, you know, we're so close in terms of the Gaimin Gladiator camp. We're so close. Okay, well, the AWP is still in play in the hands of Henny. And the lobby presence is going to be the focus early for Gaimin Gladiators, giving up the outside. And Liquid also have a very, very passive presence outside. Just Ultimate is holding an angle. There's the pop flashes going into the wrap position. It's given by Liquid.
They've heard so many footsteps. Does Phelps get one for free? I think Shuhei is checking. Yeah, nothing's taken for granted there. Great focus from him. Bomb plant is really important for Gaimin Gladiators here. All together on the ramp, holding position. Are these the kind of rounds that Liquid are able to exploit? Because the clock will turn against the Gladiator squad sooner rather than later. Nert's looking for opportunity. Naf on the way down with the AWP. Still dual wielding on this team. Oh, collecting almost two heads there as Naf swings out, but nothing doing. Tide may be turning for Gaimin Gladiators, but there are still angles for Liquid. Nasty from Elige. Catches the second one. Bombs on the floor. Nekez with so much to do now. 25 seconds. There is support for Elige here as well. Is this too much to ask for Nekez? Footsteps being made. He knows Elige was there. Can he find him? Tucks into the corner just in time. Just in time. And the score is tied.
And they didn't even get the bomb down for that extra money that they really needed. Timeout comes in, and everything was going fine. It was all going great until the last 2 to 3 rounds, when suddenly just can't find the openings, can't find the position, the ground, the timings that you're looking for. And Liquid are kind of ready to turn the series around completely, right at the 11th hour on Nuke. The timeout is up, and it's just pistols here. I doubt that they would force buy. I think they need to save some money for that, to have one proper buy.
This might have been a nerve-wracking game if you're a Liquid fan, but I think in this particular scenario, they can thrive. Be less pressure in a round such as this for the Gladiators, where you're looking for that high variance. But these fast plays from Phelps are not yielding results outside versus the likes of Liquid, and that might be something to think about once the rifles come out once again. Lurk has been troublesome. Great confidence from Naf. Just a noble P250. But he'll be given nothing for free.
Liquid looking calm. But so are Gaimin Gladiators, to be honest. I felt like we had a lot more emotion on when teams were kind of losing yesterday. On some of the cams, it was more visible. I think in particular from 3D Max, there was a period of time when they were not having fun. But they did manage to kind of pull through yesterday and today as well. All right, so... (12-11). Liquid on the precipice here of turning around their fortunes.
I love the significant changes in these late rounds. Ultimate surely gets one for free. I don't think anybody's going to expect such a deep angle. Dismantling Gaimin Gladiators. They were knocking on the door, but it's Liquid who get to game point first. I don't see a way back in from this point. How do you solve this? Where can you go? It's one sniper now for Liquid. So hard to play 3v5 on Nuke T side and not give sound cues and avoid an AWP. Nightmare mode for Gladiators.
Yeah, and time is against them too now. It has been fairly often. Naf gets the angle. Oh, sprays both of them down. In fact, Nuts gets one of those two. And he 1 versus 5. It's like, where am I being attacked from? It's everywhere. That's the answer. And Liquid are going to pull it out of the bag. The comeback, the rejuvenation, giving us now a map 3 in this series. We'll have to see if Gaimin Gladiators can pull it together.
It kind of leans towards, I think in some ways, a Dust2-esque type of scenario. I mean, which Gaimin Gladiators did win, but I feel like Liquid may find more to exploit on a map such as this. So I would probably lean to I would love to be proven wrong if we had a Gaimin Gladiators W here, because that would be the upset. That would be stepping up to a higher level for them in the eyes of many. So let's see then who goes to that 0-2 scenario. Less than desirable, I am sure. Jota here's lots of people coming his way. See if Lucan's able to deal with them. So far, so very good as it is. 4 for 4. No response just yet from what remains of Liquid, which is ultimate. And that's it.
Yeah, getting shut down straight away. I mean, you know, he's just rushing the B site. It can either go really well for you or it can really suck. And we saw the really suck version for the Liquid side. Statistically, you know, there's not an enormous amount of data, but Gaimin Gladiators, this is their highest win rate map, you know, with 4 maps played competitively over the last 3 months. 75% win rate, so 3 of 4. But the thing, though, is that, as we mentioned earlier, their competition is largely just Brazilian teams. So this is kind of a different level of play overall in this competition. So I don't know how much you want to really look into those statistics, but hey, numbers be numbers.
Numbers are indeed numbers, as far as I'm concerned. I bet somebody on Twitter will disagree, though. Almost a knife, but not quite. Oh, look at that. So quick, makes it look easy. He's been here before. Phelps struggled towards the end of that last map of Nuke on the T side, trying to find impact outside. He was impacted by the projectiles of the opposing force. But maybe he can rise once again here on Ancient. Very important feather in the cap for Gaimin Gladiators. Rifles abound in round 3. Phelps full send. Getting into a comfortable position early. Relatively unchallenged by Liquid, who come through from the other side. Those smokes won't be there forever. Phelps still standing for the time being, but Shuhei's got his crosshair in the right place. There's no way he creeps out of this. I can't believe he's got another frag from that. They stopped spraying the smoke. You have to wonder why.
It puts Liquid in a really nasty position now because they kind of have to gamble on what they have here towards the B sites. And Jota, he's just putting a very short time limit on this play for Liquid. They got to move quickly, but this flank is going to get activated just as quickly. And there we go. Naf goes down and it's really bad ultimate. I do like this, but it is being watched for. Just desperation. You know, there's not really anything else you can kind of do in this position. Really well played in mid. That forced Liquid's hand, and once again, it looks like Gaimin Gladiators off to a great start.
I was given a bookmark once with a Chinese proverb, which I think said, a good beginning is a fine thing, or something along those lines. I should probably confirm exactly what it is if I'm going to quote it. I think that's how quotes work. 3-0 for Gaimin Gladiators on their CT side. They'll find much comfort with these 4 AK-47s. That is the great way to start a CT round. But Liquid are one of those teams where you'll know they'll have the discipline and know-how to close the distance and execute in a Tech-9 round. And it is very important to have Tech-9 executes. They often head towards the B bomb site as well, which might be why there's almost 4 people over there. And Henny is essentially playing retake on A.
Bomb has been planted.
You take time. Just a bunch of pistols. A lot of retake utils still, but I like the very active play into donuts. Henny now with problems on 2 sides. Spray transfer, not quite hitting the mark exactly, being toyed with. But hey, eventually they will eliminate every single player. Very well done, actually. A lot cleaner than I expected, ultimately, after all is said and done, with 3 left alive.
We often see classic Tech-9 executes over towards the other side of the map. Up the ramp with flashes and Molotovs, easy to clean out the site. Stop biting your nails. So it's nice to see something similar done, maybe with expectation elsewhere. More open bomb site kind of streamed into. 4-0 then. The score is rising quickly. Of course, the AKs will be out once again. This will be a full buy round for Liquid, but Gaimin Gladiators have been skating away. Wonderful. Did he fart, or does he just like the smell of his deodorants?
I refuse to answer.
Maybe it's a question for the mailbag to answer.
Perhaps. All right, there we go. Into the next one. Liquid needs to put one on the board. Nice chunky nade there onto Lucan. Both sides fighting for that control. Belt's going deep. He's rejected. Lucan will reject a leash.
Oh, great support. I was wondering what the support looks like for Lucan there. Like, how does he escape that situation? They will find a 3 versus 2, but that certainly makes it doable for the T side as well. Over a minute on the clock, and there are 2 bomb sites to defend. So do you abandon one? Do you post up far back with Henny in CT spawn, which is kind of what's happening at the moment? But that still gives a worst case scenario of a 2v2 for Liquid. So this is absolutely winnable for them.
It's definitely a good setup for sure. They get their choice of positions here as well, post plant. HE double flash for Naf, and he's going to be... It's not going to be first contact. Doesn't seem. Or will he? He's actually moving out now towards CT, where Henny is posted. He really waiting for his teammates here to give him a hand. Ultimate takes down Nekis. Really nice headshots there. Now playing the clock really marvelously. There's nothing that Henny can do. Really a good hold from Ultimate there. And that will gift Liquid their first round.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate rotation from Gaimin Gladiators. They had Henny in that CT position, maybe worried about a red room push or just choosing to keep the teams together for safety. But they had some spots on both bomb sites there. but conceded one entirely with the man advantage. Didn't end up working out in their favor. So Liquid have found their way onto the scoreboard, and that will force the big spend for Gaimin Gladiators. Again, a consecutive round here for Liquid could really turn things around in the early to mid stage of this final game. Ultimate spotting one moving over, I believe. Hungry for a frag, but Henny's been waiting all day long.
Another boost onto the box. Oh man, mid control after that opening pick to make it a 5 versus 3. Gaimin Gladiators looking to really just crush Liquid's economy. I mean, there's a world where they don't. Is there a world where they just save? They're going to get reset here pretty hard.
Well, they've got about 2 minutes on the clock. If they open the right door, maybe they've got a 3v2 on a bomb site. So there is still a chance. See what the flicks look like for Henny. Oh, sees the barrel of the gun! Able to escape, trying to control the area. But again, time is of the essence now. They've got to charge into the bomb site, but Lucan's position is so strong, but so is that molly. Forces him away, and there's a second frag for Liquid. 20 seconds to get that bomb planted. Are they looking for one more?
Bomb has been planted.
Actually managed to do it. Get the bomb down. 2 players set up in donuts. Neck is in from the back. Lucan is going to open things up there for Gaimin Gladiators. Nav posted up from donut though. This is very challenging. He can hold this position.
Wow.
It's going to be great, but what is that angle? Donut completely dealt with. And in fact, everything's fine, and Liquid will be completely reset. At least there's the bomb money, but 5-1. Gaimin Gladiators are off to a phenomenal start here on Ancient.
And that was such a key round for them to win as well. We kind of set it up at the beginning. If they lose by elimination, then the doors are wide open. They're blown off even for Liquid to mount a charge. But yeah, Henny was ready for that one all day. Ultimately, I think he saw some players jumping over there when he first peeked to the sides as well. But, gambles sometimes have to be taken. And again, it was a good effort to get that far into the bomb site for Liquid. That peek from Phelps was outstanding. Definitely be stealing that one for my own purposes. There will be an investment here from Liquid. So we saw an execute over towards A with expectation of heavy forces towards B. And there will be numbers into B this time. Neckers will drop one early. Lucan needs to stay alive here, but he won't. He will be traded. That's so important. The pre-fire from Elige is outrageous. That leaves Phelps and Henny alone now. Fast-moving round as Phelps tries to do what he can, but he will leave Henny in a 1 versus 2.
Bomb has been planted.
Quick rotation from Henny around the back. He's scoped in, so can't unscope at this point. Walk all the way. Okay, there's a freebie. Now he is able to potentially switch a gun if there's one nearby for him to collect. But Ultimate is close around the corner. Switches to the AK, and Ultimate is going to have him. Really important round from Liquid. Clutch looked very doable though.
Yeah, so important to scope in early so as not to reveal your position. All the Brazilian snipers know that. Great effort on the first frag, but very difficult to claw that one back. Fantastic effort though. The pre-fire towards Cave is crazy from Elige. Awesome work there. And again, Ancient is it's one of a few really good maps when the chips are down, you've got some pistols and so on. You can do so much. Like that we saw it earlier towards the A bomb site with expectation of more bodies towards B. And they deliver on B as well. Again, you might call it luck with a shot through the smoke, but you don't get it unless you do the lineups and look for that player in the first place. It requires effort, experience. That has changed the face of this half for Liquid. So much potential now. And in just a few seconds, a 5-on-3 early, breaking that CT economy.
Ooh. Shui takes off Nekis's head. You can use one more here. Doesn't get challenged though. But there's that smoke. And bomb will make its way across to A. And Shui's position, although he's low HP, he can really cause problems. They're looking for him. You can see that he's spamming. He knows he's around there somewhere. And they should have worked out that he's escaped through the smoke into mid. There's no other possibilities there. But keeping the AWP is a priority. The money is not there for the CT side. I just have a gentleman's agreement here in terms of no one fighting.
Things can become brittle so quickly in a tense game of Counter-Strike, and they've certainly become brittle for the Gladiators.
Terrorists win.
I think it's always good to, like, as you get through a half, to have a goal of how many rounds you want by the end of it. And I think for Gaimin Gladiators, that could be a good focus for them to try and squeeze what they can out of these remaining rounds, now that things might look a little more difficult for them. Plenty of catching up for Liquid to do. And they are very capable. So 5-3. Let's see which way things are going. Henny's been busy in these early rounds. 9 frags for him. Same for Lucan. Ultimate looking to catch up. Both snipers with their scopes. And he's got to be careful now because Shuhei might around the corner. He will disappear into the smoke.
Into Red Room. So some ground has been gained for the loss of Nerds, at least. Lucan trying to back away. He will with a kill as well. Slowing Liquid down ever more. So it's a great start for Gaimin Gladiators. Kind of got Liquid locked away now. Liquid need to kind of get back out of Red Room potentially. And there's no angle being held from Donut yet. Oh, actually, I'm making a mistake because Henny's just absolutely blasted them from a pixel position, gets a collat. And, I mean, the round is just over. Liquid, nothing to show for it.
What can you say about that one? Just one of those things? But it is a bit crap, isn't it?
I was looking at the minimap and I was like, I don't think Henny's in a spot. But he had a spot.
He had the spot.
True.
Yeah. And that's just life. Sometimes painful. Sometimes the day is long. Sometimes the sun is low. Zero 3-2 set up from the CTs as they get very aggressive in mid. Eyes towards B as well, where only Shuhei is. It might be a focus to clear that area, leaving A very vulnerable, which would be great if you're Liquid.
And that's further going to delay the response to A. A has Henny by himself. He's going to pick one up onto a leash. Henny's done a decent job there, getting an extra kill. Lucan hunting the mid player and just barely manages to make it work. And with that kill, I think it really now gives a solid shot for the retake. There's a smoke for Lucan and a flash as well. So some util to work with.
Not this time. It was all going so well. Especially with the frag from Shuhei, sending the CTs in all the wrong directions. And he was able to hold long enough. nervous waters for those with expectations of Liquid. The night is young as far as Ancient is concerned. Although that maybe depends on how things look at halftime. There is potential for a 9-3 scoreline, and the Knights wouldn't be young on that occasion. But if they can find something extra here, could mean a whole lot. 3 remain. Make it 2. Great work from Phelps. Closing the distance now as Liquid look for a bomb plant at the very least. Maybe they feel they need frags first. Heavy presence here from the CTs. They may need to look elsewhere for shelter. If Ultimates can find Neckers, that would cut off the blood supply towards B completely. Gotta be really careful about repositioning now. Gladiators, they are devoid of information, but high in personnel.
Good trade though. Now Nurse has to give it a go, but nothing left to do. 8 rounds now. Liquid really on the struggle bus at the moment. It's the comforts looking there for the Brazilian squad. I think, you know, that's something that you can say of Brazilian teams in general. I think they just maybe it's a cultural thing to a certain extent, but I think I've always associated, you know, a high degree of just innate confidence.
Yeah, I think you've got to work so hard to rise to the top of the Brazilian scene. Oh my word. Lucan's turning the lights off for Liquid one by one. Punishing the reload as well. Leaving Ultimate and Naf almost empty-handed in this half. Indeed, the night is no longer young. Ultimate and Naf remain. Plenty of clutch in them, but plenty more headshots coming their way. AK in hand and Neckers leaves Naf alone. He's got so much to do. 3 kits on the 4 remaining players. And just like that, through the smoke, Henny will find him. A monstrous half from Gaimin Gladiators, and Liquid are on the ropes.
Welcome back. We also need to welcome back, hopefully, Liquid onto the server. They've been having a hell of a rough time against the Gaimin Gladiators, who I think are showing that they aren't joking around. They've mostly been playing against Brazilian counterparts, and they haven't really been tested at this level just yet. But now, up against Liquid, we're seeing that they can certainly do more than just hang, but they are threatening to take the series altogether here as we conclude in the final half of Ancients.
Nothing more dire than being completely reliant on the pistol round. And I think it's hard to argue that Liquid aren't at present. Gaimin Gladiators posturing for a split of the A-bomb site. It would be quite risky. Oh, he just ate all of that flashbang though, Elish. And look at the deletions. Finger firmly on backspace, and there's nothing to be seen on A as far as Liquid are concerned. Might be a question of saving the Kevlar and the grenades. My words. Gaimin Gladiators. Really put the G in Gladiators in that round. That was violent.
Well, this is not what Liquid wanted.
Terrorists win.
10-3 start, the pistol, the money, the prospects, the opportunities, the glory, the goals, everything is waiting for Gaimin Gladiators if they're able to close this down. Only 3 rounds more to gain. And it could all just come back to back here, James, given the economic advantage. Liquid will take a timeout immediately because they need to figure this one out. They got to stop the bleeding. They've got to stop the momentum.
We just got here. And we may be leaving soon. Because it could be over in a few minutes. Worst case scenario, dire straits for Liquid on Ancient. And again, looking at the wider story for Gaimin Gladiators, I think it will be, at least in the public eye, probably all criticism for Liquid and not so much praise for Gaimin Gladiators. And maybe that's name value, team brand, the individuals and so on. However, you really have to credit Gaimin Gladiators for having a solid game and good detail, good small detail here and there. But hey, they had a significant lead on Nuke and couldn't take it over the line. Will the same be true on Ancients? On this round.
Aggressive moves. Looking to be pretty good here. Neck is playing this spot really nicely. Somewhat reminiscent of the Dust2 B sites. And it's an easy cleanup. It feels too comfortable, too cozy up in here for the Brazilians plus Argentinian. To 3, and the guns come out here now for Liquid, all on this one. And so we got to pay close attention to what their opening looks like. Do they want to try to take initiative, be aggressive, or do they want to play passive? They're going to be out utilitied in terms of just the number. They just don't have the money to buy full stacks. So that makes it hard for them to play a long, drawn-out rounds.
They are at the mercy of their enemy. Here for a good time, maybe not a long time. Gladiators looking to seize control. It's purely dueling now for Liquid. A smoke for Elige. In no position to use it. B site evacuated with the presence of Phelps on A. And now they rotate over. Now, do they send Phelps into 8? They could rotate it. They still have just below a minute. And indeed they will. Keep an eye on that radar. Off they go. Now, Lucan doesn't want to fall here. And F will realize that The place is almost completely empty. There's going to be a long rotation. Now, Luke and falling is really important here because that bomb's got a long rotation to go. This is a very winnable round for Liquid all of a sudden.
Yeah, Phelps in a forward position somewhat here. But getting across to the plant is going to be tricky. There's no utility to allow them to do this very easily. So somewhat of a risk, but Jota holding on is going to make a big difference. Now Phelps up close has to win his battle as well. Getting teased. Oh, instant headshot from Shui. Really nice. And he able to trade that one across though. HP low for both players. Flank coming on through. Jota spots it. He can slow it down. Oh, shot in the back though. And now it's up to Henny. Elige knows where he's at, and he's going to eliminate him. So, like you said, it was a good chance for Liquid. And they managed to close it down and start the long journey back.
Elige is so ready for those big frags under pressure. He just does not register any of that and delivers. No kit, no problem. Really important round. Liquid has been here plenty of times. These more storied players, the sports psychology should be fine. Focusing on the round in front of you and nothing more. Again, Gladiators making it go down to the wire. Impressive what I've seen from them so far. This will be a dangerous test. One of these teams might be financially broken after this. Stimulus package required. Elige continues to deliver, but Phelps to have a big swing. There are reinforcements coming though from the side as Shuhei once again collecting two. And this will cripple the round for the Gladiators. Henny gets his bell run, can't even see his enemy. Off he goes. Liquid starts to build.
So this actually happens on Nuke, the second map as well, where Gaimin Gladiators got decently far ahead. Not as far ahead as this though. But they got to 11 rounds, and then suddenly everything collapsed. Round after round, they just couldn't find any. They look like a different team, almost. So as long as that doesn't happen again for a prolonged period of time, they should, in theory, be fine here. But obviously, this is good for Liquid to get themselves back into this one. And they can see the emotive Elige there as we go into the next round. Quick rush onto the B site. Shui looking good here for the defense. The spray down is going to really do everything that needs to be done.
Fast eco round is the best kind. On to the next one. No bomb plot, notably. So sacrifices may need to be made. I saw somebody with 4,300. So will it be the Galil? Will it be full nades? Will they manage to squeeze all of it out? We'll see. Bomb plant would have been a nice bonus there, though. But indeed, Galil will have to be bought by Henny. Especially if they stop these bomb plants from happening. And the comeback is not as daunting as it looks anymore. Each round might be worth 2. We'll have to see if Gaimin Gladiators have those half-buy Tech 9 and utility rounds, and if they can be as effective as Liquid. Because if they don't, then again, they'll be stretched much thinner than you might imagine. Bumpy ride at the beginning of 18. 3 remain as Jota desperately tries to stay alive, as will Nertz with 1 HP. Liquid are looking strong now.
Just trading shots through the wood. And backing out. Is it happening again, James? Like we saw on Nuke? Are you a believer?
I'm not sure yet, because we had an early flashpoint which Liquid got the better of. But it's that kind of that freeze that we sometimes see. That's not bad work, you know. But yeah, it's that freeze that we sometimes see in the mid to late game, which is where the problems arise, because Liquid seems to have a good grasp of things mentally and know what to do to exploit. If we get back to that situation, then I think the sky will darken for Gaimin Gladiators very quickly. But again, right now, we're not really seeing the mileage of getting into bomb plants from Gaimin Gladiators as their loss bonus rises. the bomb plant could be the difference between having close to or a full buy, or a crappy round which Liquid might win with ease. And again, we could see if that's the case, then we'll see a very quickly tied scoreline. The advantages will dissolve very quickly for Gaimin Gladiators, unless they can right the ship when they get a full buy.
Getting into position. Gaimin Gladiators. Gonna lose their mid player though. Oh, wow. Just hitting that one through the smoke, but onto the side they go. Looking very confident. But they are getting just destroyed. Wow. This is what I'm saying, James. Like, you know, the rounds look very different.
That's crazy. They were light on utility. They threw bodies at the problem. Flashes came in really well for Liquid with those two players stuck in the corner. No trading, just utterly deleted. And indeed, Dan, this is problematic because that's 3 rounds now where they've had a war of attrition, but the body bags have only been really on the Gaimin Gladiators side. And all of a sudden, they've got pistols and Liquid are only 3 rounds behind.
They must be fired up here. Liege wrapping his way around the side, but he's going to get wrapped as well. So he has problems on his hands, giving up the AK. Ultimate, though, he has been a very dab hand with his AWP so far. T's now beginning to push forwards onto the site. Nurse, though, through the smoke, is going to make their numbers slightly lighter. And they maybe haven't made enough progress here. This is going to be very challenging. CT utility comes in, but that's a headshot and a half coming in from Lucan. And now the bomb very well should be able to go down. But the presence in Donut is just ever a threat.
Yeah, that smoke will soon be gone. They're fishing for another frag, or at least some information as to where the CTs aren't. And I don't know how they get the bomb plant now without control of that Donut position. So it might be on Phelps to open the map up some. And with the delay, the CTs will know that the Ts are searching for something, and there could be a rotation here. Now, how far does Naf go? His position is going to be really key. He can't fall here, because if he does, that is everything taken. He spots the bomb trying to rotate. Has to wonder now, where are the other two? Lots of questions for Liquid. Gladiators have found some util, though, so maybe there's an A plant after all.
Bomb has been planted.
Liquid dismantling the remainder, though. Lucan elevated, sitting by the tree trunk, praying to the gods that he can find the strength to get a 1v3 here. That comes in. Smoke for support. Lucan is going to get destroyed. No chance to even fire his gun. To find some new gods.
There are learnings in these rounds that the Gladiators need to think about, especially with Shuhei's position and how he's been supporting some of the mid-action. They need to look for that if they are to have success. If they go for these fights in mid, that's been a problem for them. I think he got a 2K supporting his teammates in one of these rounds. I think something like that, because, you know, they've just been on the receiving end of loads of lead at the beginning of these rounds, and there's like 4-on-3s, 5-on-3s, 5-on-4s for Liquid, day in, day out in these recent rounds. So they need to think about these scenarios, how Liquid responds, take the advantages, and how they can punish in the rounds to come. Because otherwise, they might find themselves real quiet in that room if they are to lose this series.
Time to see what they've cobbled together. Ultimate's really been doing a great job with the orb so far in the recent rounds on this comeback. He's working from Donut right now. Now the aggressive move in is going to get destroyed by Nerds. Forward presence, forward spray, and still holding this ground, dodging as best he can. Jota down to 31. And he's going to get finished off there around the back by Shui. 3 versus 2 now for Liquid. But the A site's been, well, never mind. It was breached. The problem has been sorted out.
Again, another 5-on-3. for the CTs at the beginning of this one. More presence along the side of B with regards to mid, as you saw from Jota. Henny in the clutch now. Liquid are finding the openings at the beginning of these rounds, just thinking about the bigger picture. The problems continue. Oh, he's found the 1v1 as well. Off he goes. Shoulder to shoulder, but it was awkward in that particular scenario. Now it's AWP versus AWP. Henny scoped in. Ultimate might be as well. But Henny rounds the corner first and drops one straight in the face. Webcam to the ceiling. You know he's celebrating again. That is such an important round. That is such an important clutch for them because they are getting spanked in these rounds, especially at the beginning. So to turn that around is crucial for Gaimin Gladiators.
Of course, it's Henny as well. He really just has to be. Oh,
oh yeah.
Well, they've got to do it again. One more time. Match point. Here now for Gaimin Gladiators. Oh, the flashbang's quite nice. And also, the frag comes way of ultimate. Moving the AWP to the B site. And mid's been taken by the Liquid side again. Nuts is down there.
Oh boy. Yeah, again, they just... So many of these rounds, Liquid start with the man advantage. They are winning the duels at the beginning. Even on 12, it might be a tough creep to take it over the line for the Gladiators. 4 of them have a combined $50. I don't think we can rely on a repeat of that clutch from Henny here. But still feel like Liquid have a short-term advantage.
Seconds to play with now, and Gaimin Gladiators starting to run out of time. Liquid is not giving them anything. Although Naf, he's going to find a timing there. That was very... Oh, he actually does get Jota. Surprising frag found, and that's going to cue the T's to surely make a move here. They've got 10 seconds to plant the bomb, and they're going to... Well, they're off. They've timed out. They've been put into the corner.
Yeah, I think this is the right decision. The hold was good because it was spreading the CTs across both bomb sites. But Naf had the presence of mind to have a little look-see. There's so much money as well for the CTs.
Yeah. I was just looking at that too. That's actually so rich.
These rounds are going to be awkward for this Gladiator side. Again, they're taking losses at the beginning of every round. The fact they brought back a 5v3 is a miracle. And again, if you ignore that round, it's all Team Liquid of late. Can they have a better start in these rounds? And again, these rounds suck. It's even better for Liquid because it's going to be this round and then a force buy. It's basically 2 force buys with the save, with a timeout for Gaimin Gladiators. But again, sometimes that can give you some freedom, but they lack util as well. How do they make this work?
Liquid have a different setup too. They're not playing mid near as aggressively. Previously, you know, Nuts is out here at this timing. He's hanging around. He's got his tent set up. But for now, I mean, it's going to be 3 players on B, 2 on A. I think perhaps Liquid more expectant of a fast hit. And he looking for the opening. Gets it. Finds the headshot. That's crazy. Still more work to be done, though, to get onto the site. And they choose to go through Red Room.
"40 seconds remain. They are positioning to split the A bomb sites. Ultimate's going to have a lot of work to do. He's the man with all the grenades, but not really in a position to throw any of them. He's got to focus on the AWP. 27 seconds now. What has happened there? Lucan has found him, and we've got so many problems. They're doing it. Gaimin Gladiators are doing it. They have outpositioned all of Liquid. They have found the right door. They are 5-on-2.
As takes down Henny, Naf onto Phelps. Jota, the Mac 10, Glock, and that's it. It's a wrap. Gaimin Gladiators in 3, doing on Ancient what they failed to do on Nuke, which is to take down Liquid, put them in the 0-2 bracket in the Swiss system, and they themselves will be in the 1-1.